All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is Brother Moyam coming at you from GMS Tampa Bay. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rucha HaKodash. Double honor to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and this truth and sincerity. And I just want to do a quick video going into this whole fiasco that you call America. You know, and we've told you these things would happen. We told you these things would take place. And yet here we are today, all right, January 2024. And the very things that the prophets have been telling you were coming to pass are now starting to come to pass. Now you people are starting to wonder what exactly is going on in the earth. Okay? When you should have been asking no questions when you came across the prophets. All right? First, let me start off with this. This is Ezekiel 33 and verse 31. It says, "And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth about their covetousness." Yeah, man, and that's been you Israelites, you know, and people in general, is they've heard the words of the Lord at the mouths of the prophets. You know, you come up to the camps, you listen, you think it's all entertainment, and you ain't really listening to what the words of the prophets and the things that they're saying. Okay? It says, verse 32, "And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not." And see, you people really ain't been considering what the prophets have been telling you, man. You've only been considering, you know, the entertainment that you think we're out there for, man. You know, when we're not out here for the entertainment, we're not out here for the views. We're not out here to look good for you people, man. We're out here to prepare the nations, prepare, you know, for you to prepare yourself for what's getting ready to come, man. All right, you know, because the Lord is the sound of battle is in the land. You know, the Lord is playing those drums of war. Okay, and exactly that is what's getting ready to come here to the shores of America. Let's get this in Ecclesiastes chapter 3. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, and let me get to the point. Verse 8, it says, "A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace." And this precept embodies the times of America. Okay, that time of love, okay, that time of peace is gone, man. It's not here anymore. You know, now you're having to deal with, you know, the love of many waxing cold, because iniquity shall abound. You know, and that's all that you see abounding in society today, man, is iniquity. What's iniquity? It's wickedness. Okay, and there's nothing but wickedness being done on the earth, man. You know, I don't know if you woken up and you've smelled the things that are taking place on the earth. I don't know if you realized it, but things aren't as sweet as they seem to appear, man. You know, the Lord is definitely, you know, mustering the host for the battle. Okay, and that includes the people, man. You know, the army of the people that's getting ready to fight back here in this society. Okay, specifically here in America, man. You know, we see the things that people have been fighting over, you know, in these other nations, as people have taken to the streets to protest, and, you know, so on and so forth. But now it's getting to that point to where now these things are going to be prominent here in America. And this is where things are going to be the worst, man, because it's been nothing but brewing and brewing and brewing. Okay, the festering of the anger of the people here in America has been brewing, man. You know, the frustration, the stress, the anger, all of that has been building up to this great bubble that's getting ready to pop here, man. You know, as you see happening, you know, with the whole Texas fiasco, this is all doing nothing but sowing discord in the hearts of you Americans, man. All right, to where you're going to hate each other. All right, and the Messiah said these things would happen, man. Let's get this in Matthew chapter 24 before we get into a little bit of this article. Matthew 24 and verse 12, it says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." Right, man, and we quoted it earlier. The love of many shall wax cold, man. Ain't nobody being friendly anymore. Things are being tough. People are becoming more and more. People are becoming frustrated easily. nowadays, man. You see it. You see the frustration in these people's faces, man. As they struggle to make it, as they struggle to get by, and they have to continue to deal with more and more things, and it's getting to the point to where, the things are gonna just blow up in people's faces, man. All right, Matthew 24:21, it says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." And this is the time of Jacob's trouble that we're getting ready to enter onto. See, a lot of people believe that Jacob's trouble is not going to happen, that it's, only going to come. You got some that think it's just, for Israelites to deal with, and it's not, man. Jacob's trouble is everyone's trouble. Everybody's going to be in trouble. Okay, the only people that are going to be kept from the said evils, okay, is the prophets, man. That's it. Everybody else is doomed for failure. Everyone else is doomed to kill each other, man. All right. Let's get this in Isaiah chapter 19. Isaiah chapter 19, I'll start at verse 1. The burden of Egypt. And we know America to be called spiritually Sodom and spiritually Egypt. Okay, we don't have to explain the Sodom part, and we shouldn't have to explain the Egypt part. This is where the Israelites were brought to serve captivity. Okay, just like they did in Egypt. Ain't no different. Okay, it's just now you got iPhones. Okay, now you got televisions and PlayStations and bullshit, man. But in all actuality, man, this is the same shit over again, man. This is the same shit over again, man. So this is the burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And this is what you're starting to see, brewing here in America, man. These states, separating themselves in a way that hasn't been seen in hundreds of years, man. Okay? Hundreds of years. Nations are fed up, or the states are fed up with the government, man. Now you have these Republican states that are separating themselves, making a distinction and setting themselves against the government. Okay? States like Texas, Oklahoma, Florida, so on and so forth. It says, "And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof," because that spirit of unity is going out the window, man. There ain't no unities here no more in America. Matter of fact, let's prove that real quick through the words of the Messiah. All right, through the words of who the world calls Jesus. All right, Luke chapter 12 and verse 51, it says, "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you nay, but rather division." And this is what the Messiah is bringing, man. Straight up division to the world. Okay? You're not going to be out here buddy-buddy with everybody. We read it about the love of many waxing cold. Soon you ain't going to have no more best friends. Soon it's just going to be you and whoever you got up under you, man. Whether it's your family, whether it's your dog or whatever, man. Everyone's getting ready to be by themselves or be left to themselves. No one's going to want to fuck with no one else, man. Because if you do, you going to be killed, man. And that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a whole lot of killing out here in these streets, man, of America. Okay? And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, man. All right? Let's go from there. Let's get this in 2nd Ezra chapter 6. And we'll start at verse 23. It says, "And the trumpet shall give a sound." 2nd Ezra 6 and 23. "And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run." Right, man. And that trumpet is giving it sound, man. You hearing that trumpet being blown right now in the nations, in the states, all over the earth, man. But it said, "Which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid." And in that day there's a civil war declared, the day that World War III is declared is going to be the day that a lot of people are smacked with reality. Things weren't as sweet as they thought it was. And it says, "At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies." "Oh, no, see, I told you were wrong," or "No, I told you I was right," and "No, man, fuck you. it's going to get wild, man. It's going to get crazy. And that's where things are going to be headed towards, man. That's where it's going to be headed towards. All right. And it said, and the springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Talking about this truth, man. The fountains of living water. All right. This is what the Lord is going to have these nations do. Or Salakia, that's what the Lord is going to have the spirit on the men of the Lord to do. Is to not come out here and speak no more. We ain't going to be found, man, in the midst of all this chaos. Matter of fact, let's go back one chapter. 2nd Ezra chapter 5. And start at verse 9 and say, 2nd Ezra 5 and 9, and salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber. You think the men of the Lord are going to be out here when all out chaos is out here, people killing each other, states versus states, okay? Sedition out here, people straight up fighting one against another. You think the Lord is going to be out here? Or you think, you think the men of the Lord are going to be out here, man? No. The salt waters that are going to be found in the sweet is going to be these bug outs you still find out here trying to be brave, being the no fuck around coalition, okay? Being the no cowards, okay? They're going to be out here spewing madness, man, leading more people astray, as they are already. But it said what? And friends shall destroy one another, okay? And then shall wit hide itself. Then the truth is going to be gone, man. You're not going to find the prophets anymore. The prophets ain't going to be speaking. The Lord is going to put a dumb spirit in their mouths to keep from bringing, the word of the Lord to your ears, because you've had your time to listen, man. Now that time to shut up is going to get ready to come, and just live the words. That's what's going to be left for you to do, is to live the words that the Lord is brung out. Okay. So let's go from there. Let's get this in 2nd Ezra 15, because again, man, this is what's coming, man. All right. Matter of fact, let's start it up here at the top, at verse 5. I'll start at verse 1, 2nd Ezra 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper for they are faithful and what? And true. See, the words of the Lord, the words of these prophecies are true, man. And what is prophecy? To say before something happens, man. So we've been telling you for the years, starting from the apostles on down, that civil war was going to be coming to the streets of America. Telling you for years, and now they coming out. Now all of a sudden they coming out with movies of this shit. Here it is. All these states is banding together, frustrated over this whole border situation, and the government trying to intervene and all this shit. All this thing is whether it's being portrayed as such as this is what's happening, or it's actually happening. Regardless of what it's doing, it's fulfilling the will of the Heavenly Father, and it's going to cause you Americans to feel some type of way, man, to where you're going to want to do something about these things. Okay. It says verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Right, man. And for the longest time, man, brothers have been holding faithful, strong, and diligent, against the oppressors, man, and the wickedness of our people, man. We've been out there telling you constantly, over and over and over, whether it was this corner or that corner, or on this channel or that channel, it was still being told onto you, man. All right. Why? Because we weren't troubled at the unbelief of these people. We just kept it pushing, man. All right. It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And that's what you're going to get ready to experience, man. You're going to die. You're going to die a horrible death because you didn't listen to the words of the prophets, and you didn't prepare yourself, most importantly. Okay. It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Right, you see? Their hurtful works are fulfilled, man. Y'all have had y'all fun. Y'all have had y'all time to laugh and rejoice. But now it's time for the Lord to bring about that calamity, man. The Lord is about time for the Lord to bring about that trouble. Okay, it says, therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually, man. And this is what the men of the Lord have been praying out to the Heavenly Father to bring about this destruction, and go ahead and judge these people, man. And finally, we starting to see things get ready to unfold, as this is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, man. We're seeing the picture being put together before our very eyes, man. And it is a true blessing to be able to witness these things happening, man, with the understanding of the Heavenly Father in us, man. Because not many people, everybody sees what's happening, but nobody has the understanding of why these things are happening. And we understand why. Lord's will, the Lord keeps that spirit on us, man. It says, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. See, the Lord's just going to take your ass out, man. Because you don't even see what's getting ready to come your way. You don't see that there's trouble coming your way. You don't see that what's getting ready to hit these streets of America is a terrible thing, and you're going to be caught up in it. Why? Because you love this place, man. That's why the Lord said, come up out of her, be not partakers with her sins, man. All right? For, this place is not our rest, for it shall surely pollute thee, man. Roughly paraphrasing Micah 2. Okay? It says, Egypt shall mourn, and again, this is spiritually Egypt, America. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell and with a fearful consolation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. And this is what we see happening, man. One people standing up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, man. You're going to have militia groups, all right? Whether that whole thing with the National Guard pans out the way Texas is thinking, it doesn't matter, man. There's going to be militias out here, man. People are going to take up arms and take up matters into their own hands. They're not going to sit around and depend on the government anymore. They see what the government's been doing to them. The people are fed up, man, and that's just what it is, man. That's why it's verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, all right, an uprising against the government, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. And this is what we're going to see happen here on these streets, man. You're going to witness these things take place. You're going to witness these people go all out against this government, and the government go all out on you people, man. That's what you're going to witness. That's what you're going to see. And you people are going to just have to endure it. You're going to have to enjoy it. Just like you enjoyed the men of the Lord, and you made mockery of them, and you enjoyed, the words for entertainment's sake. Well, you're going to have to deal with it when these things get real rough out here. It's just going to get worse and worse for you people, man. This shit is fucking hilarious. So I'm going to end it there, man. I was going to read a little bit in this article, but, you should know, man. You should know what's happening out here. The article is entitled, Confronting Texas Could Be Biden's Biggest Mistake, Stakes Top Lawmakers. It says the U.S. government has demanded unrestricted access to the Mexican border, but Austin is refusing to comply. Say sending federal agents to confront the Texas National Guard on the Mexican border would be the biggest mistake U.S. President Joe Biden could make. Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick told Fox News on Thursday the Department of Homeland Security has demanded access to the border by the end of the day. The U.S. Supreme Court on Monday ruled that federal agents could begin dismantling a razor wire fence installed by Texas along Eagle Pass, a popular crossing point for illegal immigrants entering the country. Says Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who installed the fence in 2021 and stationed National Guardsmen along the border to stem what he called an invasion, vowed to defy the ruling, arguing that President Joe Biden's administration has failed to enforce federal immigration law and that his duty to protect his constituents supersedes any federal laws. You see? So there you go, man. There you go. When they shall say peace and safety, are we doing this to bring about peace and safety to our people? Then sudden destruction cometh upon them, man. So with that, Lord's will, this was edifying. I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachahak Wadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and in sincerity. With that, I say Shalom.